warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi everyone, welcome to my vlog presentation. I'm HUSNA HAYATI, BINTI KHAIRI, and today I'll be sharing about my business portfolio. So in this vlog, I'll be taking about two super interesting and successful CEO, which is Mark Zuckerberg from Meta and Satya Nadella from Microsoft. So I explored their leadership style, about how they influence their employee and how both companies manage their international finance and taxation. So both are big companies which operating in so many countries. So their strategy are not simple at all. So when I started this portfolio, I honestly didn't expect to learn so much, and I used to think about international business strategy was just about making money in different countries, but it actually was way more deeper, which is it also involved leadership psychology, financial decision making, and global tax structure, political risk, and also much more. So today I want to walk with you guys through everything I've learned, but in the way more simple and easy to follow. So let's jump into the first entrepreneur. So for the Mark Zuckerberg, I think almost everyone in world know this name, which is, even if you didn't follow technology news, you probably use Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp. So he was created Facebook back in 2004 when he was still studying at Harvard, and it started as a small project for students, but it blew up so fast and eventually grew into a massive global company. So under his leadership, Facebook transformed into Meta, which is not just a social media company anymore, it's the whole digital ecosystem. So Meta now include the Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger, Oculus VR, and a lot of new projects involving artificial intelligence and virtual reality. So Zuckerberg is obsessed with the idea of metaverse. Whether people like the idea or think it is weird, he's still pushing it forward. So what I find interesting about Zuckerberg is that he always think ahead. So he doesn't wait for trend, or he still try to create the trend. And because of this mindset, Meta become one of the most powerful companies in the world. And he definitely has a huge impact on how we communicate online, how business advertise, and even how politics spread through social media. So even you like it or not, you can't deny that he changed the world nowadays. So now let's moving into the Satya Nadella. So he's one of my personal favorite. He was born in India, moved in United States, and joined Microsoft in 1990. So at the same time, Microsoft was way different. So the company was successful but had a stiff and competitive culture. So people would describe it as a place where teams fought each other instead of working together. So when Nadella becomes CEO in 2014, things completely changed. He brought a whole new energy into the company, which is instead of focusing on competition, he encouraged the collaboration. And instead of focusing only on result, he encouraged learning, growth, and empathy. And trust me, empathy is not a word you normally hear in the corporate environment. So because of the Nadella leadership, Microsoft grew even stronger. He also expanded Microsoft Azure, which is now one of the biggest cloud platforms in the world. So he led major acquisitions like LinkedIn, GitHub, and Activision Blizzard. And he also revitalized Microsoft innovation in areas like AI and cybersecurity. So today Microsoft is more relevant than ever, and a huge part of that success is because of Nadella's mindset and his leadership style. So when it comes to leadership, Zuckerberg also has a fast-paced and visionary approach. So he was not the type who sit quietly and follow the rules. He want his team to move quickly, experiment, test out the crazy idea, and break team if necessary. So that's actually one of the Meta famous slogans. So his leadership style is very transformational, which is he push people to think differently, to be creative and to try new solutions. So if you work at Meta, you need to be able to handle pressure because things change all the time. Today you might be working on the features and tomorrow everything could be redesigned. So what I find interesting is Zuckerberg promote open communication, which is employee can give feedback directly and even disagree with them or him, and that's considered normal. So this create a culture when ideas matter more than hierarchy. So people are encouraged to innovate and collaborate across teams or even across the countries. But at the same time, this kind of environment isn't for everyone. Of course, because some people love fast-paced innovation and others find it stressful. So yet for a technological company that needs to stay ahead, this leadership also style work amazingly well. So let's talk about Nadella's leadership style, which is almost complete opposite with Zuckerberg. So Nadella used the combination of transformational leadership and servant leadership. He lead with the empathy, and honestly, this is so refreshing to see in CEO of such a large company. So when Nadella took over Microsoft, he realized that people didn't communicate well. They were scared to share ideas because they didn't want to look wrong. So Nadella changed everything, which is he encouraged employees to talk more and to admit mistakes, to learn from failure and to support one another. So this created a culture where people felt safe, respected and motivated. So it brought back the spirit of innovation in Microsoft. So when employees feel supported, they naturally contribute more. So that's exactly what happened under Nadella's leadership. So Microsoft become more collaborative, more creative and more united globally. So what I like the most about Nadella is how he focused on developing people, not just profit, and ironically, when employees feel valued, the profit comes naturally. So now let's get into the international finance. We start with the Meta. So Meta is operate in dozens of countries, even which is run revenue in many currencies, and they also work with the international advertiser. So their financial strategies are extremely complex. So Meta reinvests a lot of money into developing new technologies, building the data centers and supporting the global operation. They also use the hedging, which is like a financial sheet that protect them from unstable currency value. So for example, if the US dollar become weaker or stronger, hedging helps Meta to reduce the impact of their overall income. So for the taxation, Meta also follow the international regulation and use the double taxation agreement (DTA) so that they don't get taxed twice on the same income. So before entering any new market, they also study whether the country is politically stable, how strict their tax law and how stronger their privacy rules are, and whether it's financially worth expanding there. So basically, Meta doesn't just jump into a new country blindly, and everything is analyzed properly. So moving forward to the Microsoft financial strategies under Nadella's are also very impressive, which is just like Meta, they reinvest their earnings into building and strengthen their cloud service and digital infrastructure. So they also manage cash flow across their international branches, making sure that every region has enough financial support to operate smoothly. So Microsoft also use the hedging to manage the currency fluctuation. So since they earn money from customers around the world, the value of different currencies can affect their overall profit. So hedging help them to minimize the risk. So in terms of the taxation, Microsoft follow international tax law, which use the proper transfer pricing and compliance with the DTAs to avoid the double taxation. They also study about political and economic risks before expanding. So this would allow them to make smart decisions in the long run. So overall, Microsoft financial decisions are very strategic, detailed and ethical. So after comparing with these two leaders and their company, the most interesting I found is there is no single best leadership style, which is Zuckerberg and Nadella succeed even through their personalities and strategy that which is completely different. So Zuckerberg relies on speed and innovation, while Nadella relies on empathy and culture building. But both of them understand one thing very well, which is to succeed internationally, you must combine strong leadership with the smart financial strategies. So you need to balance the innovation with stability and ambition with responsibility. So their company are different, but their success come from the same foundation, which is good leadership, careful financial planning, and clear global strategy. So while doing this portfolio, which is really opened my eyes. So before this, I always thought the leadership was just about being in charge. But now I realize that leadership is about influence. It's about inspiring people, shaping culture, and making decisions that affect millions of users worldwide. So Zuckerberg taught me that vision is powerful, and if you want to change the world, you need to think ahead and be brave enough to take this. While Nadella taught me to empathy is not weakness. In fact, it can transform an entire company. So I learned how complicated international finance can be. Companies have to deal with the currency risk, tax system, and political instability, and even the cultural difference. So it made me respect how much work goes into running a global company. To wrap up my vlog, both Mark Zuckerberg and Satya Nadella shows us that the leadership and financial strategy are deeply connected. So Zuckerberg pushed Meta forward with the fast innovation, while Nadella strengthened Microsoft through empathy and collaboration. So both of them managed their international finance carefully through reinvestment, hedging, and ethical taxation practice. So at the end, their success proved that great leadership doesn't look just one. What matters is understanding your company, your people, and your long-term goals. So thank you for watching my vlog. I hope you enjoy this more casual. So that's all from me. Thank you. Bye.